Welcome back to Deep Thoughts with Danielle. We're in the car, go figure, right? Here we are. I should call this Deep Thoughts on the Move, but hey, where do you have your deep thoughts? I have mine in the car. So, Deep Thoughts with Danielle today, we're going to talk about a moment I had at home. And that's an amazing opportunity, right? Because leadership doesn't stop. Our days doesn't stop. If you're an entrepreneur, multipreneur, solopreneur, W-2 employee, 1099, whatever else there is, it doesn't change. You are still gonna go home, and if you have kids like I do, you're still gonna lead. And if you have kids, you also know once they hit teenage age, they're the best thing that ever happened to you, and sometimes the most frustrating thing in your life at that moment, especially when you're flooded and you haven't had your lock through yet. As Brene Brown calls it, lock through, and something comes up. So what we're talking about in this situation is I often feel like I am the one that's in the spot for holding the standards, and being prior service military member, I understand where maybe that makes sense. However, it seems to be putting me in a position of negativity with my kids. And I was thinking about that event because it happened, kind of with my son, where he had some things that he was supposed to be doing that he didn't do, and then I was the one that asked him to do it. And when the standards are different in a different home, if you are in a split household like we are, or even with a different parent if you're still together, because I've ran into that too. If they're different, then children go towards easy. Well, I started thinking about the relation of that going into the workplace as well, and so we're gonna dive into that a little bit here on this episode. And one of the things, and you only have 3 minutes of all of this, so as we move forward into it, I know that there's a moment where you can think of, or if there's not, make one up, that you can think of where you were in that position. You were in the position to make the uncomfortable decision that was going to put you out on an island. That's the event. A decision or a place where you had to hold the line that was going to put you out on an island. And what was that island going to be? And how was that island going to make you feel? And I want you to be there as we move into recognition. So as we go into video 2 for recognition, that is where we're going to start, right? You have this image in your mind. You know that you were the person that had to make it the decision that was not necessarily the most popular decision, and based on your experiences that's going to have implications, and that right now that's the trigger. So here we go into our next video.